Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Gone Gaming. As always, my name is Badfish, and welcome back to the beautiful city of Acadia. If you're new to my channel, Acadia is my current ongoing Cities Skylines project based off North America, mainly New England. So welcome. And today, guys, today's episode, we are going to be bringing power to the people. That is the basis of what we're going to be doing here. We needed a big old power plant to, once we start expanding, actually power everything. Because right now we're working off of like 3 or 4 random windmills that I put on top of a mountain. So that's the plan here today. We're going to be building a combination power plant. So it's mainly natural gas and oil. So we have a couple different power plants going on here. We have the combination power plant, which is the smaller one you see on the bottom left right now, and then the natural gas power plant. Both of those you can find right on the Steam Workshop. They're under the most popular of all time when it comes to electricity and power plants. So you can definitely find those pretty easy. And then I'm just using a bunch of different oil tanks. I believe these are all made by Acadia, and I'm just using these to, show that we have the oil kind of stored away for the different power plants and things like that. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff coming in and out of these to be able to generate enough power to power an entire city. So I wanted to make sure it looked like we had, a good amount of resources coming in and out of here. And we'll do a lot with like oil trucks and stuff once we get down to the detailing bit of things. But right now, all I'm really trying to do is just kind of get an interesting layout for what we're doing. I had to delete so many trees to like kind of clear out the space that we're working on right now. You saw me in the beginning starting to clear it out and starting to flatten out this space. But it took a while to just get a working like area to actually put things down on. So I hope that it looks pretty interesting and unique once it all, comes together. I hope you guys enjoy it, but oh boy, it was a pain in the butt to get it all situated. So right now, all I'm doing is just putting down a big old fence and kind of making it secure. And then now we're gonna move over to putting down our power lines. So again, I had to do a lot of deleting here to get the power lines to work. I didn't want them running through, giant pine trees like they are right now, because that just wouldn't work. You can't have power lines going through trees. That's just not a good way to have your infrastructure dealt out. So I went through and deleted a whole bunch of trees. I'll kind of show you in the live play a little bit of what the power lines look like, but it's all cleared out and nice. And, they're running up to the town of Moosehead. And then I got a couple lines just kind of jutting out into the middle of nowhere that we'll utilize once we actually build out our big city, or at least our bigger cities. And now just adding in a couple little parking lots for employees and things like that, just kind of slotting them into the side of this little plant right here. We'll put a couple more parking lots in. I don't expect them, they are workable parking lots, like they work in the game terms, but I do not expect them to get filled just because I don't think that many people are going to actually be coming over here for work. And obviously our population right now is sitting at 800, so there is not a lot of people to fill in the parking lots. But just as far as like realism goes, with a big plant like this, you would have a good amount of employees. So I wanted to make sure that there was, a good amount of employee parking, and just adding a couple little curb props and planters and stuff, just to make it look a little bit nicer, I guess. There's really no reason to not do it. So now I'm just kind of bringing the fence back in because I realized I was using a little bit too much space and I didn't want to have it, that far out. I wanted it to kind of be more compact to where the actual plant was. So I'm going to kind of tweak the fence a little bit here and there. And now I'm going to start adding in some of those oil trucks that I had mentioned. So I actually mess up with this little parking lot here. I mean to actually delete some of those trucks and not have it look so uniform. I will go and do that in the live play section with you guys. But if you look at it, like when you look at parking lots like that, especially with trucks and stuff, like you're not going to have every single truck parked there. You're going to have empty spots and, empty area in between them. So that's why I delete some of them, just because I feel like it's not very realistic to have a full parking lot. Like, what are they doing? Why aren't they, moving oil? Why are they just sitting there? They're not doing any good for the people of Acadia, just sitting there. So had to delete a few to show that they're out on, oil deliveries or whatever. These are the things that go through my mind when I detail, just stupid little reasons for trucks to not be there or whatever. And next to it, what you saw me put down is like a little oil filling and I guess it would be a filling facility. So it's like, a place for the oil trucks to come in and either give or receive oil. And now on the side of the plant here, I'm just putting a little bit of a loading dock area just to show that there's some commerce going in and out of these plants and, materials and goods coming in and out. I'll do another little loading dock on the other side. And then right here, I'm just kind of putting a little office building down. So these are just a couple little warehouses that I use in some of my generic industry stuff. And I'm just using it kind of as like a makeshift little office for employees to go hang out. We'll put a little lunch area over here and some more parking and stuff for people. But I just wanted that because basically all of our buildings right now in this area are just giant power plants. So I wanted to actually show that we had like a little bit of an administration building for the plant itself. Especially where it's a plant of this size, you're probably going to have some administration going on. So I wanted to make sure that I kind of had that represented right there. And we'll go ahead and kind of fill in this little corner right here with another little loading area, aka just some crates and hand carts and a couple workers and stuff. Really the only reason I do that is just to make the space look more interesting, look more alive, look like there's more things going on than just buildings sitting there and cars driving by. Same thing with these cones, I'm just putting those down so it kind of delineates where the roads are, delineates the stuff you're not supposed to hit when you park, all that good stuff. I'll go around and put some more cones down and some bollards and stuff. Especially I put down like some CCTV cameras later, and we'll put down some bollards and stuff for those. And now just adding a couple more curb props, making it look pretty over in this area, and filling in this little garage space with, again, just another truck, some more workers and tools, and little loading area. That's a great way to fill space, is just putting down random goods and props that look like they'd be taken in and off trucks. And then obviously I do this a lot too, where it's little trash pickup areas. So just popping that in that corner. Again, just so there's not blank big slabs of concrete. That's really what I'm trying to fight. Especially when I detail, that's what I try to think about. I'm like, where is there too much concrete? Okay, there, let's get rid of that. Let's put some stuff down. And now we're putting in a little security depot right here. So if this is a big power plant, let's say it's on the national grid or something like that, you're going to want to have it be secure. So we put down that little police station, which I'm using as a guard post, and then all these CCTV cameras just spread out throughout the space to keep it safe. And then we're going to do a little bit more with our piping here, just because when I looked at my references, so I looked at a couple different natural gas plants throughout America, the pipes are, the biggest part of it. Like, you have obviously these big smokestacks, but then it's just like this maze of pipes. Like, if you remember the old Windows screensaver where it would just be pipes going across the desktop, that's what it looks like. So I wanted to just add a few more pipes myself and make it look like, the oil or the gas is getting transferred from tank to power station and vice versa. And, like I said, I wanted to make sure that we keep it secure, so I'm putting these cones down so people don't smash into those pipes, because that would probably be a catastrophe. And then just putting some bollards and stuff down by the CCTV cameras, so same kind of deal, they don't get smashed into by these trucks that are coming in and out. And I think it, adds some good detail. And then right in between these two spaces right here, these two power stations, we're just going to put, again, another little loading facility. So just putting down some containers, a couple trucks, a truck that's waiting to get loaded, barrels, things like that. And then we'll grab this big, I guess it's like a front loader. It's meant to actually load those bigger kind of containers onto trailers and stuff like that. So I wanted to just have one of those there. It's not exactly a crane, but it's not exactly a front loader either. There it is. It's having a good time. And now we're just going to put a couple more spaces for employees to hang out and stuff outside. So really all I'm doing here is just putting down some benches with a couple of a trash can in between, and I'm just going to kind of spread them throughout kind of by where I put some of those plants and stuff, and over on the sides. And then right here, like I said, I wanted to have a cool place for the employees to come eat their lunch and all that good stuff. So we'll put down some picnic tables, put down a couple of umbrellas and some trash stuff and porta potties, and call it a day. As far as the concrete goes, I know it's kind of messy where it's kind of hitting into everything. It's not straight lines or anything like that. We're gonna put down some weeds and stuff to kind of get rid of that juxtaposition. And honestly, like where this is, an older power plant maybe, or something like that, like the concrete is gonna get screwed up and broken down over years of use and things like that. So that's kind of my headcanon there. So now we're gonna kind of finish out today's build by doing a whole bunch of landscaping. So, like I said, I cleared out a ton of area to build over here, but we're still in the middle of the Acadian forest. So there's still a lot of trees around us, and I didn't just want to have this big old patch of grass in the middle of all these trees. So now we're gonna just use underbrush to kind of fill in inside the fence itself. I did use some smaller trees right on the outskirts of the fence, but I didn't think that would be a big deal. And then we're gonna actually bring the forest up to the fence on the outside and put some more underbrush where the power lines and stuff are, so it actually looks like the forest is coming back up towards the power plant. Like I said, I didn't want it to just be this bald patch in the middle of a giant forest. That just wouldn't be realistic. Especially if you've ever seen new construction happen in a wooded area like this. It's amazing how quickly the forest grows back. Like, they grow fast. But that is pretty much going to do it for the build here today, guys. So we're going to hop into a live play in just a minute, but I'm going to let the music play out for the rest of this. But if you did enjoy the video so far, definitely leave a thumbs up down below. If you're new to the channel and you like what you're seeing, definitely subscribe. I really appreciate that. But I will see you guys in the live play section in just a minute. I hope you enjoy. Hey everybody, and welcome to the live play section of today's build. I hope you enjoyed that. I really did. I think we got a really cool power plant up here in Acadia that will hopefully power us for quite some time, because it's putting out a good amount of power. But I just want to show you some of the design that we did and kind of the layout of the plant itself. First, just to give you kind of an idea of where it is on the map, because I know I didn't show that much in the time lapse. So it's down here. The town of Moosehead that we've been working on is right up here. So it's kind of right off of that. I may eventually expand this out to be more industrial area, but for right now, we're just going to have the plant sitting right over here. So as you come in, we have this nice little security depot here. It's essentially just a rural police department that I kind of put up on the side with a little kind of guard post right there and a police car and stuff. And I do have these like CCTV cameras spread throughout the entire area. But that's kind of just as you come in, it's all fenced off. There's a guard post there, especially if this is going to be like a major place for, power. If it's on the national grid or something, you're going to want to have people guarding it. As you come in, I did keep some of the low growth trees past the fence. So these are just kind of smaller trees. Maybe they cleared it out, realized they didn't need this much space, and just kind of let them grow back in. But you'll notice around the lines and stuff, I try to keep it pretty clear and just have underbrush. So as the lines go, there's no real trees coming up and hitting those even all the way through here. I had to delete so many trees. But here are kind of like low power line connectors right here that go into these substations down here. And then we have another one on the other side. And then as far as the actual power plants go, so I'm using 2 different plants. The natural gas power plant, you can find this if you just look up electricity in the workshop. It's like one of the most popular of all time. And then same thing with this combined power plant right here. So I'm using both of these. They're both oil/gas based, so I didn't think it would be a big deal to have them in the same area, and I think they look nice together. So we have an absolute ton of oil tanks kind of stretched through here, all piped together. Same thing over here that feed into these big burners here. So we got this one. I really love this asset. I think it's so good looking, and we have like a little loading area right in the middle of it, and got the smoke billowing out of the pipes and all that. And then over here, same thing, we got like a little loading dock area. Got the big pipe out back here spewing out all the smoke and steam or whatever. I think it's steam. Same thing over here, another little loading area, and then big steam stack right there. And then on this side, this is where we have all of our oil trucks coming in and out. So we have a bunch of parking for them right here. And I remember I actually meant to go in and delete a few of these trucks so it doesn't look so perfectly uniform. There we go. A little bit better there, just to add a little more intrigue to that little parking lot. So we have this little parking lot with the trucks here, and then right here is kind of like a place for them to go and fill up with oil, or transfer oil into the station itself. So you can kind of see we got the CCTV camera going here. We have all of these trucks coming in and out and leaving oil or taking oil, depending on what they're doing. As we come back here, we got all the piping going through. So all the pipes coming around and going back into this smokestack over here. I just put like some safety barrels and stuff so people don't hit into them. And then all these CCTV cameras, I put little bollards and stuff so they don't get smacked by trucks. So that's pretty much the actual station itself, like all the power producing parts. And then in this corner over here, I just put like a little office/warehouse for the employees. So, you know, when they want to take lunch and stuff, they come over here, have a nice little lunch on their picnic table. Got some toilets and stuff and trash. Then just another little like loading dock area over here by the warehouse and a little office space. We do have a bunch of parking lots over here. I'm hoping they'll get more used as we add more population. Obviously, right now we're only sitting at like 1,000 population here in Moosehead. So I'm hoping once I kind of start filling out more population and stuff, this will start seeing more use and more cars coming through it. I mean, as is, we still have cars coming through, but they're still parking on the road. So maybe if I just turn off road parking, it might help. I don't know, but I think it looks cool. I like these little entrances we made over here. I really love, you know, just looking at it as a whole and having the smokestacks kind of billowing out and putting it against the backdrop of the mountains and stuff. But yeah, guys, that's the build today. So let me know what you thought of it. If you enjoyed it, definitely leave a thumbs up down below. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed the video, definitely subscribe, because I typically do at least one video a week, if not more. And I try to do detailed builds like this each time and make them interesting for you guys. But yeah, let me know what you think of the build. I'm going to leave you with a couple of cinematic shots of the power plant here today. So I hope you enjoy those, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. Peace.